pulled a little when she gave me a rough stroke. But if you think you're in charge. I couldn't say much more than that because, fuck me, her hand felt good. Her grip was firm as it slid up and down the shaft. The swipe of her thumb over the tip was like heaven. I was going to come like a guy who hadn't fucked in a while. I'd assumed I was too old for the stranger fucking routine, but she'd changed my mind. I was content about this one-off. I didn't do more, especially with a woman from the East Coast. I dated and fallen for one in college, wanted more and gotten burned. Not fucking happening again. You sure about that? She replied, sounding pretty happy with bringing a 6'4" man to his knees. Because I did just that. Dropped to my knees on the rug in front of her, tugged the dress down her hips and pulled it around her ankles. She kicked it free and there she was. A little firecracker and ruthless stilettos and a black lace thong. The corner of my mouth tipped up. That wet spot makes me feel pretty confident. I ran a knuckle over the damp gusset and she sucked in a breath. She was so fucking pretty. Flushed and silky soft, sweet-scented, and... I slid that scrap of fabric to the side, leaned in, and licked up her seam. Yeah, she tasted sweet, too. I'm always in charge. She breathed, then gave a little whimper. Why are you here, half-pint? I wanted to see how long she could hold a conversation while I was licking her pussy. Montana, or with you? Both. I close the deal, I make partner. As for you... She actually shrugged. You're hot and you're probably better than the vibrator I've got in my suitcase. My dick punched against my jeans at the thought of her in bed, legs parted and working herself with vibrating silicone. I pushed aside the thoughts of her ruthless focus on the corner office. Something this pretty needs more than hardware. I said, then licked her again. Montana's a little out of your comfort zone. No skyscrapers or weak men to crush beneath those heels. So you want to feel back in charge, getting me to come to your room. Use me for your orgasms. Her eyes flared and she blushed. Her clit was swollen and shiny and I ran the tip of my tongue around it. I'm fine with the last. Hell, I'm on my knees. But I run this show. I screwed a finger into her dripping pussy. Fuck, she was tight. Weston? She breathed. If she didn't believe me, I was going to prove it to her. Then her cell rang. I pulled back, ran my tongue over my lips. I hadn't even realized she still had her phone in her hand, as if it was glued to it. Looking up at her, I arched a brow. You gonna answer that while I eat your pussy? She looked at me with a blurry gaze, then at the screen, then back at me. I need to... Come all over my face. I finished for her. Yeah, if she was considering answering a work call now, I sure as shit had my work cut out for me. I'm here for work. Yeah, I got that. Corner office. The meeting's tomorrow, half-pint. You wouldn't understand. She countered, the cell still ringing. Because I don't have a college degree or because I ride a horse for work instead of the subway. All she knew was that a Wainwright ranch hand was to pick her up, not a Wainwright himself. I didn't lie about my name back at the airport, but I was technically a fucking ranch hand. Except I ran my own ranch. I wore the hat, the jeans, the big belt buckle. If the snap shirt fit. She was a lawyer here for a meeting with the legal team at corporate. I didn't ask her details about whatever contract or legal paperwork they were going to review because I didn't give a shit about the family business. North ran that show. I'd wanted no part in it, when Macon had been alive and even now. Don't lose your nerve now, half-pint, I told her. You might have to work, but this takes multitasking to a whole new level. Her eyes narrowed as if I'd insulted her, as if giving in to me meant she gave up in general. She raised her phone, swiped the screen, then brought it to her ear as if to fuck with me more than anything else. Mike. I was taking in the perks of a quality pussy waxing while she talked to another man. Yes, I'm aware of the issue with the clause and am prepared. She looked at me as she spoke. Game fucking on. If this was how she wanted me to eat her out, talking to some asshole named Mike, then fine. I would have taken my time with her pussy, settled in for a while, but hell no. I was getting this woman off like it was my job. Her thong was so skimpy, it took one tug to rip it away. The scrap slid down around her right ankle. Hooking her leg, I tossed it over my shoulder and went to work. Her pussy was dripping, hot and fucking perfect. Yes, she said, talking to the man on the phone, but the roll of her hips indicated it might have been for me. One of my hands cupped her ass, the other slid up the inside of her thigh, smearing her arousal over my palm. With my mouth on her clit, I slipped a finger, a big ranch hand calloused finger, into her tight...